Now for context, in our first episode, we pull back the curtain on a chilling trail of death at the Kware dam site. A trail that led to just one man, Collins Jumaisi Khalusha. Dubbed by some as the face of Nairobi's darkest killings, his arrest in July seemed like a first step towards justice to many. The arrest was somehow a fruition to the relentless search of the person behind the mass killings at Kware in Mukuru kwa Njenga. But what many thought was the end of a nightmare was in truth just the beginning. Behind the cold cell walls of Gigiri police station, a new mystery was already brewing, one that will expose cracks in Kenya's security system and trigger the most daring prison break in recent memory. It was the early hours of August 20th last year. Nairobi was asleep, streets quiet, yet behind the iron bars of Gigiri police cells, something unimaginable was happening. A daring escape was in the making. Collins Jumaisi Khalusha, together with other 12 Eritrean detainees, found a swift way to outwit the system. Reports by the police indicated that the detainees cut through the wire mesh of the basking area before scaling high the wired wall and making it out of the station. By the time the officers who on duty that morning arrived for inspection, the cells were empty. Collins Khalusha, the man who was accused of butchering at least 42 women and scattering their remains, was gone. So too were the 12 Eritreans who were detained for immigration offenses. The escape raised even more questions. Who checked the cells that night? How did cutting tools enter a secure facility? And most importantly, who looked the other way? Deputy Inspector General of Police Gilbert Masengeli and the NIS boss Amin Mohamed openly told Kenyans that the escape was no ordinary one. The tools, the timing, the precision all pointed to a possible collusion.
Today, August 20th, 2024, morning hours, there was an incident of prisoners' escape that happened at Gigiri police station where we are as at now. 13 prisoners escaped from the cells, among them 12 Eritrean nationals who were arrested for being illegally in Kenya, and one male murder suspect, namely Collins Jumaisi Khalusha, who is connected with the Kware murder incident. Our preliminary investigation indicated that the escape was aided by insiders, considering that officers were deployed accordingly to guard the station.
8 officers who on duty that night were interdicted and immediately arraigned in court as the manhunt expanded beyond Nairobi. But a few days on, what the police treated the public with as the victim's escape route was established to be nothing but a hoax. Several media reports revealed that the 13 detainees escaped right in front of the front desk and walked through the front door before jumping over the fence and disappeared into thin air as officers watched. It even became more sinister when the police revealed that the CCTV cameras at the station weren't functional at that time. The officers who were interdicted following the escape were later acquitted by the High Court over lack of evidence tying them to the case. The news wasn't well received by the public, and for many, it brought up so many questions than answers. How could a suspected serial killer slip through the fingers of Kenya's security system? For families of the victims, the escape was a fresh wound, reopening the pain of their loved ones' deaths and casting doubt on whether justice will ever be served.
We urge the government to allow for and to initiate comprehensive investigations that are swift into these killings. It is crucial to determine the circumstances surrounding the deaths and hold those that are responsible accountable. Because the bodies are dismembered, we are concerned that they may be commingled, and therefore this will require careful sorting and reassociation according to forensic medical best practice. 3, to ensure that the identities of the victims are scientifically determined for accuracy, we request that the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, the Division of Forensic and Pathology Services, and the National Registration Bureau under the State Department of Immigration to prioritize the collection of the body's fingerprints as quickly as possible. To ensure that the forensic death investigation process, that is, postmortems into the cause of death, this should be done with independent observers. As the Police Reforms Working Group, we are available and we will be deploying pathologists to make sure that there is an independent postmortem agreed with the government pathologists. These processes should be done in a central location. As such, we are treating these bodies as part of the same mass crime until it is proven differently. The bodies should be moved to a single location and preserved awaiting forensic death investigations.
Jumaisi's escape from Gigiri police station is more than just a story of one man sleeping the night. It is a tale of institutional cracks, unanswered questions, and of justice delayed. As long as he remains free, the women whose lives were cut short at Kware and the families left behind remain without peace. As the police say, the hunt is not over, but the question lingers: when, if ever, will Collins Jumaisi Khalusha be brought back behind bars?